to make
I
up
was
for
gonna
it.
say, if you're already recording, I was gonna do a intro.
Oh, send it.
Today we're playing some of the a cooler game that we found like a couple of hours ago called, what is it, Bullet Dungeon?
Yeah.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice. About to be level 60. Honestly, this game is really good. It reminds me of a
addicting.
couple of other games that aren't. Yeah, honestly, very much. Once you. Oh, hey, I got an award for level 60.
There's something
Holy
so
crap.
nice about playing a PvE game with you for once.
Right.
Like a
We've
solely
only been
PvE
playing
game.
PvP games.
We've had PvE and PvP, just not PvE straight. Straight up, no homo.
Yeah.
Also, you're not
I
streaming
needed
anymore.
I'm not what?
You're not recording to Discord anymore.
Yeah.
I have an error right now. Oh, never mind. It's just being a piece of shit.
I closed it. Hang on. Give me a second.
Actually, let's
She
do a hit
said I
right
didn't
now.
hear you.
Let's do a hit right now, because we can...
You see how fucking bright it is on my screen, bro?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to mess with the gradient and saturation on it. Don't worry, bro. I'll make it look nice.
Look how fucking bright it is. But the golden armor does look really nice, though.
Not right now. Wait. Wait just a minute.
Damn, fastest room cleared ever.
To be fair, it was only like 4 enemies.
Fair
But
enough.
our weapons are really fucking good. And it doesn't hurt that you can just
It's
simply
probably the
knock
normal
enemies off.
Right? And then for this guy, it's just easy.
I'm gonna focus on this back corner one, because it does the weird, annoying shit that goes over there. I know, Kosuke. I'll be right there in a moment. I'll let y'all out. I promise. Your poppy's just a little busy. Oh, they do an inner circle next? Interesting.
Easy would be good.
A golden rocket launcher?
Yeah, I got one of those too.
But it was legendary.
This was shit.
As we so clearly explained prior, this game is Bullet Dungeon, game by 8-Bit. Very early development. It was released very, very recently, probably within the last 2 weeks. The level cap is 155, and there's a bunch of different features in this game that are a lot of fun. Of course, follow this game if you like it and upvote it. Join the group as well. They do have one. As you're hopping into it, you're greeted by this loading screen and some banger music. This handy dandy gear icon tab at the top, if you do not happen to like the music, or if you have to listen to that the entire time, you know, maybe just click a couple buttons, call it a day, you know, it is what it is. And you are greeted by the commander Joe Mama. He will ask you to play the game. He gives you a little tutorial that will start out on the first level. You will create the tutorial. It's an industrial facility. You'll be going through this map several times. Getting into it, there will be a main spawn room. You'll have a dungeon. Most doors will have that little ring around it, and some beautiful room architecture around it. Once you walk into the circle, the door will open. Giving you a 5-second countdown. When you walk in, you'll be greeted not by enemies immediately, but they will spawn around those red auras you'll see around the floor. These red projectiles you see are projectiles. They do damage. Don't get hit by them. You also have a dodge, which will allow you to get out of the way with invincibility frames. There are headshot multipliers in this game, so do try and make sure that you can get those juicy headshots. Also, keep in mind, when you're in third person in this game, you will be hitting essentially downward. So to align enemies for headshots, you might want to scroll into first person, which isn't entirely recommended, but you can. As you can see here, it looks a little wonky, but it is doable. Maybe not depending on your Roblox model, though. As you can see, enemies will vary. There are varying damages, healths, attacks. As you see, there are shotgunners and snipers. Multiple pellets versus singular pellets. They will do virtually the same amount of damage, as all projectiles will do virtually the same damage on all fours. Just the rarities, the level difficulties, all that will change the bullets' damage, but they're pretty much universal. And of course, once you get past a certain amount of floors, which will usually be about halfway, you will run into a healing fountain. If you walk in, I will heal you, and you will get an objective to walk through the next door whenever you see fit. We have legitimately sat in here listening to music for hours, and the door just won't progress without you. Make sure you move, enjoy the music, and vibe out. But when you're ready, you always walk through that door. As you can see, the map design is very, very nice and intentional. Again, those red auras, more enemies in a varying pattern. There are no bullets in this game, or stamina for that matter. The only thing you really have to keep in mind in the way of stamina is that you do have a slight cooldown on your dash or roll, which is your Q ability, on keyboard and mouse. The final boss will have a very handy-dandy red outline with the big, bold letters, final boss. Whenever you're ready, you can walk in through that door. There will be something awaiting you. For industrial facility, you will have this boss, which EL 337 will be making a return later once you get in higher levels. Of course, you can get headshots and critical hits on bosses. Some not quite on the head, but I haven't found a critical spot on a couple bosses. As you can see, the boss will have varying attack patterns, but it's virtually the same. You will get rewards at the end. It will look virtually like this. Depending on what floor you're on, it will, change what you get. Once you complete your first task and get back, Joe Mama, hilarious enough, will be telling you, hey, you can upgrade your stuff now. Once you go over to this very handy-dandy upgrade roll area, which will be accessible past level 5, you can insert pretty much anything that is a weapon, armor, whatever. And this is not quite how you would expect a upgrade area to work. If you can see, when you insert any item here, it will have walk, health, jump for armor. For guns, there will be knockback, cooldown, all these different items. The white numbers will be essentially your range of your lowest and highest number that you can get on that particular stat when rolling. And of course, these are god rolls if you get all the highest numbers in one go. We've done it a few times. Let us know if you get some pretty bonkers ones. Now, of course, upgrading your weapons and armor as you see fit is great, but we do have skill points, which are even more beneficial as you level up. The max cap is 315 that you can get once you've reached 155. There is medkit, body armor, and adrenaline. Medkit, once you invest 1 point into it, it will upgrade it by 0.1. Every time that you add that skill point, you will essentially heal that percent of your health after clearing a room. This is very, very good, but keep in mind that with the max of 310 skill points, you're really not going to be healing much past the 31% mark of your max health. Keep in mind that is very good on higher floors, but unless you're going for just hardcore runs, which we'll explain later, it just really won't be beneficial to you past a certain point. But it's always up to you. You can build your character how you want. With body armor, you will be applying 0.1% every time you add a skill point. Body armor will make it so you have a chance to block bullets that hit you. This is very, very good, but keep in mind with the, 310 skill points, you have to spend your points wisely. And adrenaline will get you an additional 0.025 seconds of invincibility per skill point. This will make it so that you have seconds of invincibility. This is also very, very good, but keep in mind with 310 skill points and the fact that this upgrades extremely slowly, you will not be getting a shit ton of seconds out of this. You will probably be getting about 3.5 seconds out of this. Sorry to say it, guys, but it is what it is. Alright, so now, if you are to press play ever again, just to get this through your heads real quick. So when you boot up the create room screen, you will be greeted by all these different levels. Industrial facility, lava chamber, it will go down the list. You also have different difficulties and modes and modifiers. Difficulties will essentially just increase number of enemies, damage of enemies, health of enemies, etc. Mode will be normal or waves. At the moment, we don't know if any more will be added, but this is what we currently have. Normal is what you just saw gameplay of, which will be your tutorial, and anything else moving forward with, varying enemies. Waves is very different, but just kind of think of it like fucking COD zombies. You're just there to maul as many enemies as you can until you get to the highest round possible. And in which case, this one, it's about 15, 16 for most of the maps with the exclusion of 1 or 2, and also depending on the difficulty. But you will essentially have a couple bosses or a couple mini-boss waves, and those will be considered your final waves or midpoint waves. With modifiers, you also have hardcore, health, fast, no dash. These essentially are not quite as self-explanatory, but hardcore. You will essentially have 1 life. You die, you have to restart or just go back to lobby. Cry, kid. 1 health. Also explanatory. If you would like to cause yourself extreme pain and suffering, and yeah, equip hardcore and 1 health together. Rage with your friends. Scream. Break your monitors. All the fun things.
I just want you to know I did not press that fucking button. Not press that fucking button. Oh my god, bro. We were doing so good. And then I accidentally loaded into a game while he was trying to explain the fucking
I hope
difficulties
you
and
know
shit.
I'm fitting that in the video. I am. It's gonna be beautiful. Fast and no dash. Fast will basically make it so that your enemy's projectiles will travel faster. This will be a little rough if you don't know how to use your dash mechanic, which you should figure out how to do. Or if you're just not a tank, which, fun fact, it's not that hard. No dash actually means that you don't have invincibility while dashing. While dashing is, yes, a key part of being able to not get hit, it's also a very versatile movement mechanic in this game that will help you shorten your routes and also get out of harm's way without even the danger of getting hit. It's honestly one of the go-tos that we will select in a run because when you select it, you have 2 items and a 10% drop boost, which will help you out, especially early on, if you learn to not rely on your dash and more rely on the fact that bullets are extremely visible and slow, even with fast equipped. You can dodge them, or just roll around like a nutcase and have fun with that. And of course, privacy, public and friend, you can set this how you wish. We usually select friend. And queue party. Also, whenever you queue in a party, you do have a 5% experience boost for every friend you play with. Yes, there is an area in this game, kind of like the upgrade lot, where you can invite your friends. No, you don't need to keep inviting your friends to the server you're playing on. You just need to invite them to your frickin' game room. Don't do what my friend and I did, where we constantly reloaded our Roblox games, even though we were in the same server. Maps. Lava Chamber is, of course, your next one. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a very fun map, would recommend. The next one is a sci-fi station. This is kind of like if you were playing Black Ops 6. It's a very fun map, definitely would recommend. Golden Depths, very heavenly. Don't fall through, you know, the clouds. Fall damage is a hard thing in this. Well, lack of fall damage, more like void. The past, well, we're back in 1990s, bro, when we actually had Blockbuster. No, I'm kidding. You don't get to fight that dragon. Sorry to say it. Securement Center, SCP Foundation, guys. I don't know what to say. Also, pretty self-explanatory. You fight Big Man. Depths Dweller, you get to fight the Kraken and fuck himself. Honestly, gives one of my favorite weapons in the game, the Trident. Most beautiful motherfucker you've ever seen. Deals shit tons of damage, and it's wild. The physics are great. I think it should be buffed. I'll explain some other time. Now next, EL 337's Resurrection. Of course, if you remember me mentioning this prior in the tutorial, industrial facility, you're going to be fighting this guy again, but he's going to be extremely more buff. He's going to be firing a lot more rounds at you, and he'll have minions. No, not the adorable kind like Gru's. More like vicious, and they want to kamikaze everywhere. But, you know, it is what it is. The armory is also one other thing you should get really interested in. As you can see, you do get weapons and other things from other floors, but you can also buy them outright for these blue crystals here. Of course, per floor, you're going to have varying prices for, you know, how busted items are. You can get something as low as 100, or you can get something that's 3K, but their healths, their stats, their ability to be augmented for higher god rolls, yeah, no. Non-existent if you spend like 0 blue crystals. Varying loot, you will have different rarities. You'll have this red here is a mythic, which is your best for the most part. Next, you'll have gold, which will be legendary, and then you'll have purple, which will be epic. And then next, you'll have those rares are blue. Can't see any right here, which no one really likes. And then you'll have those commons, which are green. So this is the Trident. This is one of the things that I would definitely recommend that you get. You get it when you fight Cthulhu. As you can see by the cost, you can abuse the shit out of this bitch. Just make sure you're rich as fuck. It's not that hard to get that much. It took us like an entire 24 hours to get to level 155. We no life this game. What have we done with our lives?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Suffer as I have. Shut up, Ramatra. And of course, in every game that you would play, you'll have tasks or something that you need to complete to get some rewards. Of course, there's this very handy-dandy gift box labeled rewards. It'll give you these little nice red notifications when you have something to claim. By claiming these, you can get these blue gems that you can, you know, spend on the armory. Or you can get XP and other items. So it's very, very nice. Would definitely recommend. You also have dailies, which you do want to come and claim, you know. Support the creator and also enjoy the game because they do say daily updates, but it's a new game in progress, so of course bear with them. And of course, whenever you have a lot of pesky loot overcrowding your inventory, there's this handy dandy sell area marked by the yellow circle. You can insert any of these to sell. Do make sure that you don't sell what you want. To make sure that you don't sell anything in your equip slots, anything that does have a little star up in the left-hand corner will be one of your equipped items. So if you would like to mark some items and just sell everything else, maybe equip it to your inventory and just make sure to go over that list. Or don't, you know, spam sell. When you sell, you will, of course, get gold, which will be very, very nice and will help you out. And, of course, the merger unlocks at level 30. The way that this works is you insert many of the same item, and you can convert the rarity of it. It will cost coins, or you can use emeralds. Another use for emeralds is also in the handy-dandy store tab. There are cosmetics in this, and also varying buffs and in-game purchases that you can decide to get at your own heart's desire. There are tons of perks and early access and items like that, but you do not need any of these, and honestly, you could run with just 2 items. Honestly, you can run with just 1 gun, and it would work just fine. Of course, these daily cosmetics are also very, very nice. I myself have bought a couple. They're great and honestly cheap, and you can get these gems from dailies and other items like that anyway. So if you never want to spend money on this game, not that I say you shouldn't, but you know, you can always decide to wait it out for a bit. But also supporting the creator is an amazing part of this that you should totally, totally look into yourself. But next off, as you could see, there are auras, effects, and titles, which you can also buy within the cosmetic store. And of course, level 100 servers are in dev, so we're going to see how that goes eventually. I can't wait to see. We might get that update soon enough. Talking about in dev, when you scroll through your different maps and such, there's this handy dandy early access in dev mode, which of course you can buy for Robux, 999. You are more than welcome to spend this. At the moment, I would not quite recommend it, as I have not seen anything profitable from it yet, but might change very soon enough. But yeah, there's a lot of items to this game that I would definitely recommend, and features. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, this is about the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it if you did make it this far. And if you did enjoy, I mean, you don't have to support, but, you know, just let us know what you liked. If you have any tips or anything. Or, you know, go check out all these handy dandy links that I'll leave down in the description, including the game, the group, the Discord, everything related to it. Might leave our own Discord and a couple other things we're working on. Some things down the line will be significantly more polished, but right now I kind of felt a rush for this, as Bullet Dungeon did just release a new update as of last night, and it isn't necessarily too big, but it is a step in the very right direction. And I'll be doing more of a review on it later, including more gameplay and everything. But for now, if you did enjoy, thank you for watching. And if you didn't enjoy, thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and peace.